Hello, I've killed Max. It's just me here today.
Not yet.
Oh no.
That's not true
Get
yet.
behind the camera. Get behind the camera.
Well, we'll fix that later. It looks a little crooked, but
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
We can fix it in post.
If only one of us
Do you know what
worked in
comes in
camera.
so handy is because then nobody knows all the terrible, terrible things that get said in between that. Hello, world.
Hi. Welcome to another episode of Shots. Today, we're going to be doing the unrated A24 Neon distributed film Pleasure 2021. It's an official Sundance selection. Writer-director Ninja Thyberg, starring Sofia Kappel, Evelyn Clare, Chris Koch, Kendra Spade. If you haven't noticed by now, these are all porn stars. Porn actors.
I don't like
Sex
the
workers.
word porn star getting thrown around as it does every once in a while.
Because they're not all stars.
No, exactly.
Like if we called
That's like exactly.
an actor a Hollywood star and they're like Harvey Kinkle from the 90s.
Yes. Dude, good reference.
Thank you. Yeah, so we saw this, I think, Saturday with Tommy and my friend Gabby. Yeah, so this was mainly shot in Los Angeles. It came out in 2021 in the festival circuit. Won a lot of awards, but it actually is now available to the public right now, 2022.
In theaters, not in film festivals.
Correct. And the crazy thing is, I don't think this would get into theater, one, unless it had done well at festivals. But it was shot in 2018. This director has been working on this since like 2016.
Dude, that's the tough part of this funky business in terms of like conceived 2015. We're seeing it now in 20.
8 years
like
later.
that's just, and it's like, dude, that stamina
long
you must
ride.
have.
But it's also, I feel like, with a film like this, it centers around the porn industry, sex workers, very graphic. It was originally rated R, but I think they're like, it's unrated because it's just a lot of sensitive content. It's mainly, I would say it's uncomfortable at a lot of times because it's the porn industry told through the eyes of females. So it's like very real, and the main girl, Sofia Kappel, the role was centered around her real experiences because she is a adult actress.
Yes, a film actress.
And it was interesting.
It's interesting.
Interesting!
A legal word.
Dad, can you understand interesting?
Interesting is a non-word. You know you're supposed to avoid it. Be specific.
I wouldn't say I've seen anything like it. I've seen a lot of films, like obviously Boogie Nights, Lovelace.
Neon
you know.
Demon's similar.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not porn, but like Neon Demon
gritty.
is gritty, and it's like here's this world of women kind of being great, like
Yeah.
this tough spot for women.
Like grooming,
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I think it's just, where's the line? There's obviously a clear line, but I think it just shows how the line gets blurred so easily in these kind of environments.
As they didn't do, some women in porn allegedly have had a tough upbringing.
Yeah.
Our girl, her fictional character,
Bella Cherry.
her motivation was not because she was molested and now just has this hole that needs to get filled. She was just in it to win it, essentially.
I think a wild
in it to
child.
win it. And that makes her a more interesting character in terms of like motivation for being there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's one reason to see it.
And also just like how you can fuck each other over in the industry.
In life, it's all a metaphor
Yeah.
for life. How do
Uh,
you sleep at night?
I would say, well, it was interesting too. So Ninja Thyberg, she lived in a model house
Oh,
for
really?
a couple months to do research when she was writing the script. So she lived with adult film actresses, and it's not that glamorous unless you're the top. I have a few friends that work in the industry, and unless you're a top 1%er, like it's not glamorous at all. It's almost borderline prostitution at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's the people you know who do it. Why do
Yeah.
they do it?
I think
That sweet cash.
I think it's people who didn't have a support system growing up and need fast cash. Or a lot of times it's the same as like how strippers kind of get started, where you start out as like a bottle service girl at a strip club because you make good tips, and then you just get pressured more and more. I think it's similar in sex work, where like they'll start doing like OnlyFans videos because that's now a thing, and then you start doing more and more, and then you start doing girl and girl because it's fine, and then the slope just 10 minutes later you're one chick and 12 dudes.
I know, dude. That is the like girl on girl. Beautiful, loving artwork. Then guy and girl, it's like, oh, that's human nature. And then just like two guys and one girl drastically changes the environment of the room.
And you're like, oh no.
And, well, I don't know. Don't watch this with your parents. But there's one scene in particular in this, kind of just like the lowest low. It is like rough to watch. We were like, it was
very uncomfortable. There were some I think that the director did a good job of like, there were a few funny moments, I think, with the characters that made me like Gabby and I were the only two females in the theater. It was mainly guys.
Weren't there only like
there was like 6 people in there, and Gabby and I were the only 2 girls.
Right.
And there was a few parts I think people were like, I don't know if I can laugh at this, but Gabby and I were like laughing because it's like girls who work in porn, and I don't work in
just
porn,
being silly.
Being a silly girl and then working in a weird situation, like we've all been there, and it was like funny.
I wonder. Oh no, my brain just farted.
I will say too, because it is mainly done by all adult film actors, the acting isn't shitty.
No. Oh, I remember what I was about to say. No, the acting's fine. Like, never at any point distracting. They're professionals, folks. What's the moral of this story?
If you believe you can achieve.
You can achieve anything if you want to.
I don't know. I think it's
because it is one of those.
Be careful what you wish for, kind of.
Yeah, dude, it is like, at the end, spoilers, like, she's sitting where she wants to be sitting at the table, and her only, like, real friend is not at the table with her, and over far, and it's like, all right, dude, if that's what you want, I don't know if that's the quickest way to happiness, similar to porn. Porn's probably not the quickest way to achieve life goals.
What was there was a note, though, you had about music.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Jeez, I didn't actually... These are my notes for this movie. There's nothing there.
There's no notes. It's perfect.
No notes. As far as this movie, like, taking itself seriously and being a movie, and I don't know how many other things she's directed, but...
She's done a couple. But she's still young.
There was... Well, I don't want to shit on an upcoming star.
She's 37. Go for it.
Never mind. She repeatedly uses... Like, the first time they did it, there's, like, classical music, like, opera singing for, like, when she's doing a porn scene, kind of. And you're like, oh, that was fun. But then they, like, use the same song and, like, the same visual cue, like, all the time. And it kind of... They reused the gag too many times where it didn't really work. That's a tad detractor.
Which might make me wonder, since it was definitely a festival movie at first, if they just ran out of money.
Very possible.
They could only afford a couple songs.
Folks, if you didn't know,
it's expensive.
Things cost money to do this stuff.
Things are expensive.
Despite what they tell you.
Well, I would say, if you are into gritty dramas about an industry you're unfamiliar with, it's a good watch. Don't watch it with your parents.
Yeah.
Don't watch it with children. Don't watch it with a dude that you've only been on 2 dates with, or girl. I don't know what you're into.
Or you could and be like, wow, that scene went too far, right? And if they're like, no, it didn't go far enough, you'll be like, that's what I needed. That's what I needed to get out of
Fisting,
this.
am I right?
My God. Please.
Anyways. Sorry if you're one of our parents watching this review. I don't think they watch them, though, even though they support us.
No, I think the interesting part is that the character didn't really change. Because, like, that's all that needs to be said, is they came with a goal and then achieved. There was the low moment, like I said. Low moment.
It definitely had a full story. There was a first, second, third act, a climax of revenge. It was a story. It was just low budget.
Low budget. They did what they had to do.
I was thrown into a world I would give it a 6.5.
Not a 6.9 when we're dealing with a porn
Oh,
movie.
a 6.9. Okay, I'll give it a 6.9.
I'll give it a 6.9 because it's
Yeah.
this movie.
Pleasure's
Because it was
available.
good. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
It was good. It was good.
There's
Watch
a
it
lot-
once. I
they've-
won't buy it, but I watched it.
There was a moment when I thought they weren't. And I actually almost like it started the movie. I was like, I'm gonna get up and leave if this is billed to me as like this hardcore porn movie, and then they don't show any like nudity. And there was a lot.
Oh,
of
there
it.
was.
There was
He
there was
saw a lot of peepees.
a lot of PPs, a lot of douching, a lot of
Oh, it was real. It was
a
real.
lot of yeasties.
Oh.
Not a lot of yeasties. Anyway,
Oh, God.
6.9.
6.9. Pleasure's available at most art theaters.
Art house.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah. Go see Pleasure. It's fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Sex is cool.
Sex is tight. I've had it once. Yay! Dude,
I'm re-virginized.
how about it?